Welcome everyone to the deep dive. Today, we're doing something a bit special. We're not just, opening a book. We're really plunging headfirst into this world where destiny, what isn't just handed to you, it's something that's rigorously forged. I think intense training, really profound bonds, and this deeply embedded philosophy about leadership.
Exactly. Imagine a kingdom that's so focused on its future that it designs like every single aspect of how its elite are brought up. It's this fascinating blend of ancient wisdom and just hardcore practical discipline, a blueprint for resilience, really.
It really is. And our mission today, our deep dive, is all about pulling out those core insights from Chapter 12 of the Night, Full Moon, the Chronicles of the Atuner Empire. This chapter, Heirs and Masters, A Legacy of Strength, great title, by the way. It gives us this, unparalleled glimpse into how this kingdom actually prepares its leaders.
That's right. And it's not just about, making sure they can wield power. It's about cultivating their purpose, their resilience, their ability to act as one, a truly unified force for the whole realm.
Absolutely. And this source material, it's not just some random fantasy story. It's presented as this rich chronicle woven with deep mythology, incredible acts of valor, and the actual forging of legacies that apparently stretch way back. Chapter 12 is key. It's foundational. It really lays the groundwork for the Atumera Empire's strength, its whole approach.
So what can you expect today? We're going to look at the almost legendary figures guiding Atumera's elite. We'll step inside their training grounds, which sound incredible, by the way. We'll explore the unique strengths of the royal heirs themselves. And then we get to this really pivotal test of their courage, something that cements their bonds.
Yeah, and we're not just going to say what happened. We really want to unpack the how and the why. Like how these mentors, this specific training, the heirs' individual traits, how all that stuff is so crucial to shaping Atumera's future, its resilience.
Exactly. So if you've ever wondered, what really goes into preparing someone to just immense responsibility, or how completely different strengths can actually combine, not just coexist, but combine to form something, unbreakable, then this deep dive is definitely for you. It's about the deliberate making of greatness.
Okay, let's dive in. Let's start at the very top with the people at the heart of Atumera's strength development. The main figure, the one overseeing it all, is Sage Archien Malcor. He's introduced as the architect of strength. Sounds pretty important.
Oh, incredibly so.
Yeah.
Architect is spot on. He isn't just a teacher or, some high-ranking guy. He is the revered head of all masters, the absolute pinnacle of wisdom, strategy, leadership within Atumera. His job is basically guiding and shaping every single aspect of elite development, from the spies to the warriors, everyone.
Wow, okay.
And what's really interesting is his family connection. He's King Ibericon's uncle and Queen Mother Cassifora's brother. So you've got this deep personal commitment there. It's not just professional trust, it's blood, shared devotion to Atumera.
That makes a huge difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It ensures those core values are baked in, not just sprinkled on top.
Exactly. And it really drives home that holistic approach. His teachings aren't just for the military or just the administrators. They're the cornerstone for all the elite groups, emphasizing resilience, wisdom, unity across all these different disciplines. It shows Atumera sees strength as way more than just fighting power.
Right. So this centralized philosophy coming from Malcor, it's pretty unique. I mean, what does it actually mean for a kingdom to have one guy guiding all these specialized experts, spies, healers, generals? How does that build unity instead of just creating rival factions?
That's the genius of it, really. It actively fosters this incredible sense of unity. Think about it. The strategists, the covert ops people, the healers, the spiritual guides, they all trace their fundamental principles back to the same source, the same philosophy of truth, balance, service to Atumera. It naturally creates this cohesive force where everyone understands their place, respects the other disciplines.
It minimizes the infighting, the turf wars you might expect.
Absolutely. It maximizes collaboration. Insights get shared for the common good, not hoarded. Malcor didn't just centralize power, he centralized philosophy. It's quite profound.
It really is a fascinating model. And speaking of those elite groups, Malcor isn't just directing from afar. He has 5 disciples, his own children, each leading a critical branch. It's like extensions of his vision. First up is Kilian, leader of the Night Panthers. He sounds mysterious.
He is. Kilian is Malcor's son, described as brilliant but enigmatic. Super sharp intellect, amazing strategic mind, always thinking ahead. His job, training the elite King's Night Panthers, turning regular warriors into master spies, shadow operatives, experts in, subterfuge.
Their whole purpose is secrets and covert ops, right?
Exactly. Safeguarding critical secrets, running missions with absolute precision. Killian pushes them to their absolute limits, demands perfection, loyalty. It's all driven by this intense need to outwit Atumira's enemies. But the text hints that beneath that steely exterior, there's this fierce hidden love for his homeland fueling him. He gets that protection sometimes means working in the shadows, making unseen sacrifices.
Makes sense. Then you've got Theron, another son, leading the Iron Vanguard. He sounds like the total opposite, pure raw power, a battlefield force.
He absolutely is. Theron's known for being fearless, bold, battle-hardened, covered in scars that are like symbols of victory. His focus is molding Atumira's frontline warriors, the Iron Vanguard, the unstoppable force. His main goal is inspiring loyalty, instilling courage, not just through drills, but, and this is key, by recounting ancient battle sagas, stories of valor, sacrifice.
So it's a psychological conditioning too.
Definitely. These aren't just stories. They shape the warrior's spirit, remind them of the heroes they come from. He builds this unyielding spirit, this ability to face anything, makes them the kingdom's strongest shield. They're not just physically tough, they're mentally, emotionally, spiritually resilient, ready to stand when things look hopeless.
Okay, so we have the shadows and the shield. But it's not all force and stealth. There's Valen, mentor of the great commanders. He's training the generals, the strategic minds.
Precisely. Valen is seen as the sage-like tactician himself, always thinking, analyzing old battles. He trains the top generals, focusing on precision, foresight, and leading armies. His teaching goes way beyond just maneuvers. It's intricate knowledge of weapons, advanced strategies for different terrains, different enemies, and importantly, the nuances of leadership under extreme pressure.
But still with that deeper layer.
Oh, yes. He deliberately weaves in philosophical insights, reinforces their moral compass, ethical decision-making. So the commanders he produces are embodiments of discipline and foresight. Smart, but also principled. They know victory without honor isn't really victory.
I'm definitely seeing that pattern. It's never just the skill, it's always mind and spirit too. Which leads us to Selavara, the guide of the healers.
You're spot on. That holistic approach is the signature. Selavara is Melkor's daughter, described as deeply compassionate, incredibly wise, a gifted alchemist and healer. She guides the kingdom's healers, who are revered, seen almost as musical workers. Her teaching combines this vast knowledge of the natural world, herbs, minerals, energies, with the most advanced healing arts. But crucially, she emphasizes empathy, real human connection.
Reminding them that healing the body means soothing the spirit too.
Exactly. It's this holistic view that makes her healers unparalleled custodians of life, revered for their kindness as much as their skill. Their compassion isn't just nice, it's strategic. It builds trust kingdom-wide.
And the final piece, tying this all together, Seraphina, another daughter, the mistress of inner consciousness. That sounds fundamental.
It absolutely is, and unique. Seraphina's role is critical because unlike her siblings training specific groups, she trains all the other masters. In profound mental and spiritual development, her goal is unlocking hidden potential, peak performance, deep internal balance within everyone, no matter their main job.
How does she do that?
Through rigorous meditative rituals, quieting the mind, heightening awareness, vivid visualizations like cognitive rehearsal for complex situations, and intensive mental fortitude exercises, building resilience against fear, doubt, chaos. The result: all the master's spies, warriors, strategists, healers lead with more clarity, inner strength, wisdom. They serve with incredible focus and harmony. It shows Hikari gets that real strength comes from within, from a centered mind.
It's just remarkable when you break it down, how vital each of these roles is, not just brute force, but intelligence, healing, inner peace. I mean, what kind of impact does a kingdom have when its leaders are trained so comprehensively, so integrated?
The impact would be, well, monumental. You'd create a society built on this deeply integrated idea of strength, where the strategist values the healer's compassion, the warrior respects the spy's insights, and everyone gets that inner calm is as vital as outer power. This holistic training leads to leaders who are not only highly skilled in their niche, but also interconnected, empathetic. They understand the whole kingdom's needs.
It creates synergy, right? Reduces friction.
Totally. It prevents silos, fosters real collaboration, ensures every action from a military strike to diplomacy happens with a unified vision, all stemming from Melkor's philosophy.
So these masters, the royal heirs, they all come together to train at this legendary place, the martial court, known as the Obsidian Circle. It's described as more than just a training run, almost a sanctuary for Atumira's future.
It really embodies Atumira's spirit. The Obsidian Circle is this sprawling, fortified arena, But what makes it special, what tells us about their leadership philosophy, is how natural beauty forests, streams, mountains is woven right into the disciplined purpose. It suggests they believe real strength, real leadership, comes from harmony with nature, with humanity, not isolation from it.
So the environment itself is part of the teaching.
Exactly. Resilience isn't just built through drills, but through this constant connection to the natural world. A reminder that they're part of something bigger, sacred. Every student there isn't just learning skills, they're becoming part of this greater legacy, molded for excellence in a place that reinforces their connection to the kingdom's roots.
That makes so much sense. And the actual regimen sounds intense, but also really communal, almost a whole way of life.
It absolutely is. It fosters this deep sense of shared experience. Even the food isn't just fuel, it's prepared by the master's families. Another layer of community, care. And it's tailored to each group's training needs, based on Malcor's recommendations. It shows this interconnected ecosystem where even food has a precise purpose.
And the daily rituals.
Start every day with discipline, unity. Synchronized meditative exercises led by Serafina. For everyone, it's not just physical warm-up, it's daily practice in mental fortitude, emotional regulation, collective harmony, making sure everyone's internally aligned for the day.
And the centerpiece, the grand arena itself.
Ah, the grand arena. Described as a marvel of architecture. Huge pillars carved with symbols of strength, unity. Engravings of Atumera's history, heroes, battles, wisdom. It's within these inspiring walls they hone all the martial arts. Swords, spears, archery, hand-to-hand, everything. Security is top-notch, ensuring safety even in dangerous drills. But there's also this strict code of discipline, respect, integrity.
And they have public demonstrations.
Yeah, at the end of each stage, big showcases of progress for the royal family, the citizens, often ending with songs, tales of valor, reinforces the bond between the future leaders and the people.
So, okay, this isn't just military boot camp. It really is a whole lifestyle, an ecosystem for leadership. How do all these things, the communal food, meditation public, shows how do they build that unified force?
You nailed it. They build unity from the ground up. The communal food fosters that shared purpose, that family bond beyond just their discipline. Nourished by the same source, part of one big Atumeran family, the daily meditation ensures mental and spiritual alignment are core for everyone, promoting resilience, clear thinking, a shared internal rhythm, vital under pressure. And the public showcases, they reinforce duty, connection to heritage, the people they serve, builds public trust, turns individual progress into the shared story of the kingdom's strength. Together, it doesn't just teach skills, it instills this deep unity. Everyone knows their contribution to the whole, forging them into that unified force, embodying Atumera's ideals.
And it's into this intense yet communal world that the princes arrive. Their welcome sounds like a huge deal, full of destiny.
Oh, definitely. Jubilation, music, the whole 9 yards. But amidst all this structure, something personal sparks. Magnum Opus, the eldest, the natural leader, he shares this glance with Lysandria, Calian's daughter, skilled in archery and strategy. The chronicle describes this immediate spark, this fleeting moment where time itself paused, hints at this profound, destined connection. A bit of magic in a disciplined world.
Wow. It's fascinating, isn't it, how even in this superstructured, almost monastic place, these personal connections just happen, and they could shape the kingdom's future. Shows the human element, always.
It's absolutely fascinating and very telling. Reminds us that even with the best laid plans, human things like love, loyalty, relationships, they emerge and have immense power. And in this context, the connection between the heir and someone capable like Lysandria, especially from the sage's line, it's not just romance, it symbolizes strengthening alliances, integrating power structures, deepening bonds through personal connection, makes for a potentially stronger, more unified future.
Alliances built on more than just duty.
Exactly. And the chronicle notes Magnum's brothers, Aurelian and Valerian, see this interaction and share knowing smiles. Says a lot about their own observations, their support for their brother, and maybe their understanding of how these personal dynamics fit into the bigger picture.
So Sage Malcor's watching all this, the training, the dynamics, these connections. His mentorship style sounds unique. Not direct teaching right away, but keen observation, letting their natural abilities surface first.
Yes, this is where his genius as a mentor really shines. And it gets really interesting. Instead of just drills and lessons, it's observation, practical assessment, watching, assessing, letting talents emerge naturally. The value in that for nurturing real leadership, it's huge. It's about finding innate strengths, gut reactions, not just teaching techniques. By letting abilities emerge organically, he ensures the leaders are authentic, building on who they are, not just what they learned. Leaders who are self-aware, intuitive, adaptable because the training is rooted in their true selves.
Giving them freedom to find their own style.
Exactly. And Magnum Opus, the eldest, he really thrives under this, quickly stands out as the natural leader.
How so?
Well, he grabs the sage's attention not just because he's royal, but for his innate leadership qualities, patience, kindness, this ability to inspire trust instantly. The text says he shows an air of natural expertise with any weapon, as if he were born with the ability. Powerful stuff. But it's his intuitive brilliance that really sets him apart, this uncanny ability to predict his opponent's moves, linked to a deeper connection to his inner consciousness.
Whoa. Not just quick thinking, almost. Psychic.
It seems like it. It marks him for extraordinary feats, hinting at a destiny beyond even royalty. And his natural charisma just pulls people in, solidifies him as the leader.
That uncanny ability, what might that suggest about him beyond fighting? Could it be like an inherited strength from his family line?
That's a deep question touching on a 12.Heirs mythology. This ability, this connection to inner consciousness, it suggests more than just tactics, maybe heightened awareness, foresight, something almost mystical. In a lineage like Atumira's rooted in divine connection, it could be inherited. Divine favor, psychic ability, ancestral memory. Who knows? It elevates Magnum from just a prince to this figure of destined greatness. Guided by more than logic, by supernatural insight. Invaluable for anticipating threats, complex politics, inspiring faith. Knowing your leader sees more.
Okay. Then there's Aurelian, the second prince. Bold and brave. Every team needs that fearless, decisive one, right?
Absolutely. Aurelian's defining traits. Boldness, bravery, fearless warrior spirit. He's the one charging in first, inspiring others with sheer courage. But Malcor, watching closely, sees his area for growth, acting urgently, sometimes without thinking through the consequences, impulsive.
Courageous, but potentially reckless.
Exactly. So Malcor designs specific training, pairs Aurelian with more methodical students, often his brother Valerian, to teach him patience in battle, the value of observing, pausing before acting. It's self-mastery training.
Even the bravest need tempering. We often praise decisive leaders, but knowing when to pause, calculate, that's crucial, especially when the stakes are so high.
It's absolutely critical. Decisiveness is vital, but unchecked impulsiveness, catastrophic. Aurelian's training shows the importance of balancing courage with calculation. A truly effective leader knows when to strike fast and when to wait, analyze, consider the bigger picture. Tempering his boldness makes his courage a strategic asset, not a liability. The difference between a charging bull and a precision strike.
And perfectly complementing Aurelian's fire, there's Valerian, the third prince, the contemplative strategist. Sounds like the quiet, analytical powerhouse.
He certainly is. Valerian's calm, polite, meticulous, has exceptional concentration power, filters out distractions. What makes him invaluable is his ability to process lots of info quickly and, when needed, act with lightning speed. His thoughtful approach is the perfect counterpoint to Aurelian's daring, a balanced pair. Malcor saw this synergy, designed challenges relying on their teamwork, pushing them to collaborate, communicate, use each other's strengths, reinforcing their bond, making them an interdependent unit.
So looking at the three, Magnum, the intuitive leader, Aurelian, the fearless doer learning patience, Valerian, the calm strategist, what does this mix mean for a leadership team? How does this diversity make them an unbreakable force?
It creates this incredibly well-rounded, adaptive, resilient unit, a perfect reflection of Atumira's multifaceted strength. Magnum provides vision, inspires trust, has that near-prophetic insight. Aurelian brings decisive action, momentum, courage on the front line. Valerian offers critical thinking, foresight, swift analysis to prevent errors, spot opportunities. Together, they cover all the bases: vision, inspiration, action, strategy. Their strengths aren't just complementary, they're mutually reinforcing. Each brother elevates the others, stronger together than alone. True synergy. They can adapt to anything, leveraging the right strength at the right time. Masterful design by Malcor.
And beyond their skills, that core bond between them is emphasized, that personal connection.
Paramount. The unwavering love, loyalty between the brothers, especially towards Magnum. It's highlighted constantly as foundational to their strength, not just politics. It's deep personal respect, trust, support. An unbreakable brotherhood forged by shared experience. And within that core, Lysandria's influence keeps growing. She emerges as this figure of remarkable elegance and capability. Sharp intellect, commanding presence, unmatched archery and strategy skills. The Chronicle keeps mentioning that profound, destined connection with Magnum. It's clearly not just romance. It has implications for the Empire.
It really highlights that a kingdom's strength isn't just military or strategy alone. It's in those personal bonds, the complementary strengths of future leaders and their allies. It's about connection, not just power.
Precisely. Those deep personal bonds among the royals, and with key allies like Lysandria, who's formidable in her own right, create resilience beyond formal hierarchy. These relationships foster trust, mutual support, a shared purpose, invaluable when facing threats. It means when they're tested, they won't just rely on training or strategy, but on the unwavering support of those they trust and love. This interwoven strength is far more potent, adaptable, enduring than any single show of power. A network, not just a chain of command.
And all that training, all those bonds, they finally get put to the ultimate test, this
Yeah.
battle of the wild. By now, the princes are formidable warriors, right?
Oh, absolutely. Years of tireless training at the Obsidian Circle have transformed them. They're masters of a huge range of weapons: swords, shields, spears, axes, maces, daggers, clubs, bows, you name it. But, and this is critical, it's not just physical. That rigorous mental and spiritual training with Sage Seraphina, meditation, consciousness, mind control, it's sharpened their minds like blades. Mental fortitude is a weapon.
So it's about honing the entire person for leadership. How does that holistic training, especially the mental spiritual side, prepare them for the totally unexpected?
Gives them extraordinary adaptability, resilience, clarity under chaos. Physical training gives you the tools, yeah, but mental fortitude gives you the presence of mind to use them under duress. To think clearly, stay calm, make split-second calls when everything's going crazy, to stay composed even when surprised, analyze instantly, react precisely, even innovate when caught unarmed. It makes them not just fighters, but thinking, stable, resourceful leaders, even facing a sudden ambush without weapons. Their inner world is their last shield.
And that's exactly what happens, the Battle of the Wild. A sudden, terrifying ambush catches Magnum and Lysandria completely off guard, putting their deepening love, that destined and unshakable love, under immediate threat.
The setup is almost cruelly ironic. They're having this rare, idyllic moment. Deep forest, secluded waterfall, sunlight, peace, romance. Then bam! Shattered by these eerie cackles, unnaturally large hyenas, razor teeth glinting. The shock, they realize they're totally unarmed, left weapons behind, suddenly relies purely on training, instinct, mental strength.
And Magnum's leadership instinct just kicks in instantly. Shielding Lysandria, even unarmed, they fight back hard.
Absolutely. Him immediately protecting her, putting himself between her and the danger, speaks volumes about his leadership, his instincts, his love. Despite the terror, his voice is steady, calculating moves, assessing weaknesses, forming a desperate strategy on the fly. Their unarmed fight is vivid. Magnum's powerful fists, Lysandria's precise kicks, shows their raw skill, that their training went beyond just weapons. Still dangerous even when caught totally unprepared. Internal strength personified.
Even the best can be caught out. This is truly the moment where all that inner consciousness training, that quick thinking, gets brutally tested, isn't it? The real crucible.
It absolutely is. This ambush, stripping them of weapons, is the ultimate crucible for their holistic training. Magnum staying calm, analyzing under pressure. Lysandria's precise defense, their combined effectiveness without arms. It directly shows Seraphina's teachings worked. It's real-time validation. Proves their minds are as sharp as any blade. Able to process, adapt, respond under extreme, unexpected pressure. Not just survival, it validates their whole philosophy. True strength is internal, adaptable, always there.
And just when it looks bleakest, the power of family unity explodes onto the scene.
Yeah.
The rescue is perfectly timed, dramatic.
Breathtaking relief and action, hope dwindling, then this distant shout. Aurelian and Valerian burst into view, swords already drawn. They charge instantly, strike swift, coordinated, teamwork in action. But then it gets even more epic. Princess Celestia arrives, the youngest, not alone, but with a towering guardian wolf, a sacred protector of Atumira, eyes burning with power.
Wow. So not just the brothers, but the princess brings a mythical beast. That's some backup.
It's awe-inspiring, shows each royal child's unique power. Celestia is calm but authoritative, issues commands, her spear strikes impossibly precise. The wolf moves like a blur, ancient instinct, power. And crucially, Aurelian and Valerian toss spare swords to Magnum and Lysandria, rearming them, letting them rejoin with renewed strength. This isn't just a fight, it's profoundly symbolic for the family. How does this collective rescue cement their bonds, their future roles? It's transformative. Facing these odds together, each using their unique strengths, Magnum's calm leadership, Aurelian's brave action, Valerian's strategy, Celestia's surprising power with the wolf. It's a crucible of shared vulnerability and triumph. It reinforces their reliance, their trust on this deep emotional, spiritual level. Training alone can't do that. Deepens their understanding of being a unified force as a family. For 12.Heirs' future, it means leadership rooted in personal loyalty, tested resilience, appreciation for each member's contribution. Their reign will be stronger, more cohesive because of this shared, life-altering ordeal.
And the aftermath is just as important, maybe more so, a moment of real affirmation.
It truly is. The last hyena falls, quiet returns. And what's really symbolic, the guardian wolf bows to Magnum, respect. Magnum extends his hand, they share this silent bond, hugely significant, hints at divine favor, ancient recognition, affirming Magnum's leadership, his destiny, by the spirit of 12.Heirs itself.
And Celestia's words afterwards. We fight together, always. Simple, but incredibly powerful.
Far more than just sibling talk. It's the solemn declaration of their unified purpose, their collective identity. In that moment, they stand together, battered but victorious. Their unity is a living testament to their strength, not just as individuals, but as one. Reinforces their purpose. Protect each other, protect their bonds, protect the kingdom. A vow etched in blood and shared victory.
Think about what that kind of shared experience, overcoming those odds, does for a family, especially royalty. It's not just winning the battle, it's cementing this legacy of mutual support, resolve, shared identity that will define their reign.
It creates this almost spiritual bond. Shared survival, triumph, transcends personality clashes, past issues. For royals, it's invaluable, turns abstract ideas like duty, kingdom, into deeply personal, visceral commitments. They've literally bled together, fought together, won together for each other, forges this unshakable foundation of trust, loyalty, collective destiny. Not just a battle won, it's the defining moment establishing their identity as 12.Heirs' future protectors. A legacy built on unity and tested love.
And with that, wow, we've journeyed through Chapter 12 of the night, Full Moon, the Chronicles of the 12.Heirs Empire, uncovering the layers, the meticulous design of how they prepare leaders. Truly a masterclass.
We started with Sage Archon Malcor's foundational wisdom, the architect behind their strength, his holistic teachings instilling skills and resilience, unity across all elite groups, spies to healers. Then we explored the Obsidian Circle, that legendary training ground, blending nature's beauty with disciplined purpose to forge excellence in body, mind, spirit.
And we saw how each royal heir, Magnum, Aurelian, Valerian, under the sage's unique observation, developed distinct yet complementary strengths, forming this diverse, dynamic, ultimately unbreakable team, powerfully boosted by Celestia's unique power and Lysandra's strategic capabilities. A truly formidable unit.
Finally, we plunged into that visceral battle of the wild, that harrowing test showcasing physical skill, yes, but more crucially, mental fortitude, rapid adaptation, and that unwavering family unity under overwhelming danger. This whole deep dive was about understanding how 12.Heirs prepares leaders, not just for power, but for this profound shared purpose, mutual protection, collective destiny.
What this chapter tells us about strength, it's so much more than physical prowess or strategy, isn't it? It shows how different personalities, varied skills, deep personal bonds, how they converge to form an unbreakable force, whether it's a family, a team, or a whole nation. It's the synergy of talents harnessed for a collective goal.
We've seen the heirs embrace their destinies, forged in wisdom, valor, shared trials. But as they step into their roles now, Magnum poised to lead, what's next? What new, maybe darker challenges await? What legacy will they truly build? How will their strengths be tested when the enemy isn't just a monster, but maybe a dark reflection of their own bloodline? A brother, Zarvok, who we know gets tangled with the Wishmar Bexa. The chronicles are far from over. The deeper we dive, the more we uncover about leadership, destiny, and the enduring power and maybe pain of family.